Hi everyone. During today's coffee, I would like to talk about JSON documents versus relational. There is the claim that relational is not flexible, that JSON documents are more flexible because you can add fields, you can change the structure of the document. But today I would like to talk about the fact that relational is actually much more flexible, and I will explain why. When you access data using a JSON document store, you end up using always the same access path. Imagine that you have customers, orders, and order entries nested inside the JSON document. You will always end up querying that way, and if you want to use a different access path, you have to modify your JSON structure appropriately. That might require having multiple JSON collections and fake the relational model to make sure that you don't duplicate data, that you can access data using different paths. You will see documents, blog posts from MongoDB that explain different methods to do that. One is putting everything as different documents inside the same collection and using join keys so that you can retrieve everything using a single scan. That proves to be very inefficient. So the flexibility that you have with JSON just by adding fields or changing a little bit the structure, you don't see the same flexibility when you need to access data using different paths. And that is where relational allows you to query data, access data using all the paths that you want, using a declarative language. So you don't need to care about how data is accessed. So that gives relational much more flexibility for data management compared to JSON structures. Then of course, if you want to have some flexibility also in adding columns in the relational, you can always use JSON columns inside the relational structures so that you can extend the schema as you want. But don't forget that if you keep using relational and you change the JSON structures many times, you will need to reconcile that structure with your application, meaning that if version number 2 will need to either support JSON document version number 2 and version number 1. Otherwise, whenever you introduce a new structure, in your JSON document structure, you will have to modify all the existing documents if you don't want to maintain the different JSON structures from a single application. Also, imagine if you want to add another application using several JSON structures, you will have to code the new application to work properly with all the different JSON structures that you have. So go relational, keep relational if you have relational, and integrate JSON whenever it makes sense.